I started at this network in August of 2015, but I never, ever thought there might be a day where we would get to have this, a place for us, you and me, to meet regularly. It is not an exaggeration to say it feels pretty incredible to be here with all of you. And by the way, if you showed up this morning looking for the great Ali Velshi, do not worry, he didn't go far. You will find him starting Monday at 11 p.m. Eastern every weekday on this very network as the new anchor of the 11th Hour. And let me use this opportunity to say thank you so much to Ali and his entire team for the gracious handoff last week. He made me cry, as he probably did you. Being on TV is weird. In this line of work, it is hard to come by someone who is exactly the same in real life as they appear on the screen. But Ali Velshi is that person. He is humble and super smart, extraordinarily empathetic, a man who thinks of other people before himself. That is Ali Velshi. Having him as a colleague for a decade has taught me that not only is it okay to be yourself doing this, it is essential. Essential to say what you see. Essential to report the facts on the ground. Essential to be honest and fair and compassionate. Essential not to be neutral just because. Essential to tell the truth. And to do that by connecting with other people. And that is exactly what we are going to do here every single week. This show, Connect, is a show about you. It's a show about us. About we the people. The words that begin the preamble to the Constitution of the United States of America. The words that make clear this country was founded on the idea that we have no kings, no dictator, no aristocracy. The words that make clear that here, the power to make change comes from all of us. Connect is a show about how what happens in the halls of power throughout this great nation and the world affects how you live your life every single day. And that is because working here at MS Now for me has always been, despite many run-ins with bold-faced names and powerful politicians over the years, about people, never about the politics. For my first day here, the thing that made me feel comfortable and safe and at home was being out in the world with so many of you. And I hope to bring whatever that thing is that we have developed together into the studio every weekend. What is that thing? What is that thing? It's a connection that I have felt countless times with countless people reporting for you, including a decade ago, and the first time I really felt it on my inaugural election night here, when young people inside the University of Iowa Fieldhouse in Iowa City showed up in record numbers. They argued with each other. They even dropped an F-bomb on the air as they debated the future of the country in one of the weirdest forms of exercising the franchise you could possibly imagine.
What I want to know is how, because I get VA. I am VA. I am a vet. My mom's a vet. How is he going to fix it? Because I can tell you right now that the VA is more screwed up than it has been in a while. The fact that I haven't gotten benefits in 3 months because the VA is so f***ed up really makes me concerned. So how is Bernie going to fix it?
Bernie's whole thing is that if you can't, Bernie's whole idea on this is that if you can't
when you listen into
veterans,
caucuses, you take the good with the bad.
Sorry about that.
People often speak the way they do out on the street, and we apologize. I know Jacob apologizes. We all join him in apologizing for a bit of French that snuck in to our English language translation there.
Again, apologies from us here in the field house as well. Obviously, as I said, this is what democracy looks like. It ain't pretty, and people get very heated out here.
I swear to you, in that moment, I thought I was about to get fired. But it turned out it was just the beginning. It was the start of connecting with all of you, the start of sharing experiences together, the start of feeling seen and understood by you guys. So many of us connected about my reporting from inside the morgue in Montgomery County, Ohio, as America's most deadly overdose crisis unfolded and families around this nation were united not by political party, but by a disease of despair brought on by an alienation so many people felt from our economic and our political systems. Or how about when I traveled to Greenland to see with my own eyes how the changing climate there affects all of us here? I felt the connection as I watched the Trump administration deliberately and systematically separate thousands of immigrant parents from their children in what the American Academy of Pediatrics called government-sanctioned child abuse. And as COVID ravaged the country, I felt it when I went to the streets as people across this nation protested systemic racism in policing and the murder of George Floyd. We connected as I traveled to Haiti to meet people deported to danger and potential death by the Biden administration that had promised a new approach to immigration in the wake of the Trump administration's cruelty. And And I felt it too when I met refugees from Russia's wide-scale invasion of Ukraine at the very beginning of that war. On the campaign trail in this most recent election, I connected with too many people to count, from a bread factory in Nebraska to a football field in Pennsylvania to the floor of the party conventions. But last year was perhaps the most important assignment I have ever undertaken, as my hometown was devastated by the costliest wildfire event in American history.
I've never quite experienced something so personal, so firsthand, in such a way as this. This is not about me, but there's a small part of me that feels what these people are going through tonight. I saw my childhood home that I grew up in until I was about 10 years old. Just this afternoon, I had a chance to get there, and it had burned down as well.
A couple minutes ago, you said this, quote, Pacific Palisades, as you know it, is gone. That obviously means something to you. Tell me what that means to people who call Pacific Palisades home.
I was just saying to Bianca, who's out here producing all the work that I'm doing, that right down this street, I'll just show you. Come and take a look this way. There's a veterinarian's office that my parents were animal people and had a lot of dogs over the course of my childhood. That was our vet. You know, the vet is gone. Around the corner down there, that was my pediatrician's office, Nicole, on the corner over there. If you make a right-hand turn, there's a restaurant, or was one, Cafe Vita, and next to that was the Chinese restaurant, Cafe Palisades, and next to that was the local Starbucks. On the other side of the street was the Noah's Bagels. I could close my eyes and I could walk around here and I could tell you everything about this community.
I will never forget the reception that I had in reporting in those moments. I connected and reconnected with myself and my family, my community, and without a doubt, so many of you. And all of those connections, what I have learned through what we have shared together, the pain and the grief and, of course, joy, a lot of joy, has informed what we've experienced together this year. Americans standing up and pushing back and demanding accountability from our government, from downtown Los Angeles to the halls of 26 Federal Plaza here in New York City, to a Charlotte church, and to the streets of Minneapolis. Of course, we are going to report the news here. But as I have always strived to do, my goal is to put you guys first and to try every single day I'm out here to be who I really am. A reporter, yes, but a dad and a husband and a son and a friend. I have loved the opportunity over so many years to connect with so many of you, and now we have this place and this time to do it. I am grateful for this opportunity and for every person on this team dedicated to making it happen. So here we go. On this show, let's keep doing what we have been doing together for the past 11 years. Let's connect.